Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another great episode of the Left Side View with me, Amitabh, and my partner in crime, Rahul. So, this is our weekly episode where we cover the world of professional wrestling. Rahul, where do we start today?
I think we can begin with Monday Night Raw, and I think another great opening, fairly like in terms of how Raw usually does. So we opened with someone who's always reliable, someone like Kevin Owens, so talking some shit, obviously as a heel. That led to the Kevin Owens show when he was accompanied by his tag team partner, these days that is Seth Rollins, and the guests were Alpha Academy. A back and forth between those two, a great promo, I guess, which led to a match between these two teams, which Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins ended up winning. So obviously these two teams are obviously involved in the tag team title match, involving also RK Bro. So yeah, that was a good match. I think 4 talented performers, and I think then we had another tag team match between RK Bro and Street Profits. Now the reason that I'm talking about this match is because the finish of the match was changed. It looked like Randy Orton got injured when Montez Ford hit him with a frog splash. So yeah, I think the finish had to be changed. Otherwise, I think RK-Bro were supposed to win this match. But since then, I think there has been a house show in Madison Square Garden wherein Randy Orton did compete. So it does look like that the injury was only minimal. But yeah, anything that you want to add about these two matches, Amitabh?
Yes, Rahul. Again, they have had to add, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in the tag team division just to sweeten the deal because Alpha Academy and RK-Bro have been at it for quite some time now. This week they added the Street Profits as well. Let's see if that is going to continue or the three of them will have a match. It has not been declared when, but yeah, let's see if the three-way becomes a four-way at WrestleMania. And yeah, a great match. Hard workers to the core, all of them, and putting up a good show. I think this is the best storyline WWE has right now. And yeah, overall happy with the match and wherever the story, how the story shaped up this week. Rahul?
Okay, yeah, well, we can move on from here, and I think we can talk about the two heel turns that happened. First was the Intercontinental match. Like it was decided last week that Finn Balor answered the open challenge by Damon Priest. So yeah, obviously two talented performers, back and forth, but in the end it was Finn Balor who won, and he's the new US champ. So that led to Damon Priest turning heel. He had always been teasing a heel turn, but it finally happened, and I think yeah he beat down Finn Balor after the match. So let's see what position Finn Balor is now, and how they proceed with this. Like I presume that there will be a rematch, but not sure if it will be on Raw or it will be at WrestleMania, or will it just be between these two, or maybe someone else will also be added to this. But yeah, a good mini storyline I think for the US title, and I think then we can move on to the main segment, which was by Edge. He continued like he did last week. He wanted someone to come out to his open challenge at WrestleMania, and finally it was AJ Styles who came out. So again, a dream match, something that we've not really seen before. And yeah, Edge turned heel. He hit him with a low blow and then hit him with chair shots. And yeah, let's see. It's a good match, but in a way, in my opinion, it only makes sense if Styles beats, Edge. Otherwise, Edge even managed to beat someone like Seth Rollins. So uh, I don't really think that Edge needs the victory as much as AJ Styles, especially Styles already lost to someone like in the Elimination Chamber match. He already lost to Damon Priest for the US title. So I think he needs this victory more. Anything that you want to say about these two segments, Amitabh?
Yes, Rahul. So WWE used the oldest trick in the book to get maximum heat for the heels, and that is the heels going berserk um, with the faces. Both Priest and Edge. I mean, it was just the start of the feud, and somehow they managed to, be so riled up and be so vicious in their first attack at their prospective opponents. And yeah, I mean, we all know that now there is just less than a month for WrestleMania, so they have to build the storyline as soon as possible. And yeah, this is the best way to get traction. And as far as Styles is concerned, see, I'm sure that even after the WrestleMania match between Brock and Reigns, there will be some sort of a title that will be at Raw and one at SmackDown, whether both of them are wrestling actively or not. So, in order for Styles to be, relevant, at least in that title side scenario, he has to have this victory because, again, I don't understand what good it did to him having that mini feud with Damien Priest. Yes, he put him over, but I mean, he just lost the belt now to the Demon King. So I don't know. I think Styles need the victory much more now.
Yeah,
Rahul.
agreed. Agreed. Yeah. I think with this we can probably move on to AEW. And again, this
Yeah.
was the go-home show for AEW before the pay-per-view this Sunday, uh, Revolution. So I think we had some great segments. I think it all started with Tony Khan had been teasing that he had a great news, and it was he is the new owner of Ring of Honor. So obviously, like, uh, first of all, I would like to get your views on this, Amitabh. Tony Khan has acquired Ring of Honor.
Yeah, a great move. My only issue is there have already been rumors about AEW's, finances being a little stretched as of now. And I'm sure that if they have made this acquisition, they have, weighed up all the pros and cons. Even WWE was in the reckoning for buying ROH, but AEW won. And yeah, with a broader base now, fan base, and more room to maneuver all the stars that they are getting in. We'll talk about Eric Rowan now. So yeah, a great acquisition, and it's just that if I can draw a parallel from football, it's nice and good when you acquire everybody, all the top players, and now the important thing is to maintain that the quality and the freshness both. So let's see. Good on them. Good on them for purchasing ROH. Rahul?
I think, in my opinion, it's a great move for two reasons. One, I think the idea behind one that I found or I read about is that maybe now uh, I think AEW doesn't really have a streaming service. So because they are the owners of Ring of Honor, they will also have access to all the Ring of Honor matches. So that can actually help them get a better streaming service. And on top of that, I think there are rumors that they could use Ring of Honor like NXT, maybe as a developmental. So maybe a lot of the performers that are not really getting a lot of screen time on Dynamite or Rampage, maybe they could go to Ring of Honor. So I think if that is the case, then it's a great move. Then obviously we had a throwback to the first main event of Ring of Honor, and the performers were actually are now a part of AEW roster. So it was Brian Danielson versus Christopher Daniels, and obviously like Christopher Daniels obviously not at his peak anymore, but Brian Danielson is still so good. So I think a great match, but obviously like Brian Danielson was supposed to win, and he did. Uh, and that led to, like, after the match, he kept beating Christopher Daniels, and John Moxley came out, and again a promo between those two. We all know how good John Moxley is on the mic. John Moxley wanted to maybe get him to fight right then and there, but then Brian Danielson didn't do it. He left the ring. So yeah, obviously didn't really make any sense either in a way. We are gonna see these two battle it out tomorrow. So yeah, I think a great promo, great match, great news for Ring of Honor and AEW. I think then there was just a tag team match, a battle royale. I think a lot of teams were there. Even I think Darius Martin, Top Flight, he returned, but I think in the end, I'm just a little like it was Red Dragon who actually, sorry, it was the Young Bucks who actually managed to win this with a little help from Red Dragon. My only question is, like, I understand maybe why this happened, but at the same time, not really sure why someone like FTR are still not involved in the tag team picture. That's my only concern, because you know how much I rate FTR. Maybe this is a good way to keep the titles on Jurassic Express, because we know that there have been seeds of dissension between Red Dragon and Young Bucks. Maybe uh, those two teams will finally, come to a head, and yeah, we will actually see a match between these two teams, and maybe then we will see FTR in the title picture. That's my only hope. Uh, Anything that you want to add here, or do you want to move on from this?
Yeah, so just one thing about the Danielson match. They started off with a handshake, and at the end of the match, also he extended his hand. He said, "That is how we do it in Ring of Honor." And when Daniels he extended his hand, then he said, "But we are not in Ring of Honor anymore," and he started beating him. And Moxley came in with his deranged ways and wanted to start a fight and stuff. So it was nice that they have not actually been aggressive. I mean, they have been aggressive. They have not actually even laid hands on each other once. So the first time we are going to see it will be in the match itself. As far as the tag team is concerned, the fact is that AEW has too many tag teams at its disposal. So for a particular title fight, they can at max use 2 or 3, and I think they're using 3 right now. So maybe the others have to wait. But I'm sure that FTR thought their road in AEW would be easier than what it has been. So yeah, I mean, you have said good things about them. I have a couple of friends. My younger brother, he's a fan, but again, somehow I have not seen that quality in them yet, and yeah, maybe I missed it out on NXT or stuff. So let's see how the match goes, and then where they take the storyline. Rahul?
Yeah, I think now we can talk about your favorite segment, the MJF and CM Punk segment. So obviously, last week MJF was like, yeah, he was crying and everything. So MJF came out, CM Punk came out, and we want to talk about what happened next.
So, like we said last time, it was actually like the backstory of a supervillain in one of the comics world, whichever suits you. So, if I can draw a parallel to Fisk, you know, his story is actually very sorrowful. You do feel hurt about if you go through whatever has happened in his life. But then what happened this week was when Pun came out and he said, okay, whatever the storyline is, let's hug it out. And I'm trying to be better than who I was and all that stuff. He extended his hand because he had not shook his hand when they first met a couple of months back. So MJF actually, he took his hand away and he hugged him, and Pun hugged him back. So that was a cathartic moment, and we thought that maybe all his pain and anguish will go away. But that is when it all turned, and then he started attacking Punk with the chairman, Sean Spears, and Wardlow also coming over. And then they knocked him out, basically, black and blue, and he used his ring to make Punk bleed. So again, coming back to the parallel, I think last week's promo still holds good, because all those pain, that anguish is still true. But as a character, as a heel character, MJF is someone who now there is no way back for him. His only, option at redemption was this week, when he let all that hatred go, but he chose not to, and this is the path he has chosen. I mean, obviously, this is the way they have chosen the character to go forward, and that just makes sense. Because had that been a camaraderie sort of a finish to this segment, the match makes no sense then. And even after Punk was taken into the locker room, he was like, well played, MJF, and we'll meet and you'll see the best of me, and okay, whatever. So now there is that added, aggression, that added tinge in the rivalry, the feud. So I think Punk is winning this one for sure, for sure.
So do you think this feud ends, or does it extend?
I think this will extend for now. I think this will extend for now. Yeah, I think someone goes from his faction. Someone, I mean Wardlow. Someone defects, and till then this goes on. At least one more match. This is too hot right now to be over, right? You know. So yeah, let's see. Rahul.
Yeah, I agree. I think they were already teases. I think Wardlow had a match that he won, and then obviously, like we've been seeing, Sean Spears try to take credit away from him. But then this time, finally, Wardlow snapped and he actually stopped him. So obviously, Sean Spears didn't really do anything or say anything then. But I guess he went back to MJF, and then MJF and Wardlow had a face off, and MJF actually hit him. He slapped him. He slapped Wardlow, and he was like, "You need to understand that you're not a professional wrestler. You're my bodyguard, and if you don't help me, then your family will be on the street." And yeah, so we're finally let's see when Wardlow finally snaps. But yeah, there were teasers here. He even Wardlow said that I can't focus on my own thing because I'm too busy, helping you win matches. So let's see.
Yeah, I think when Wardlow defects, Sean Spears will be his first opponent. I mean, that is a given, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move on.
I think we can probably talk about the main event, which is Hangman Page and Dark Order versus Adam Cole and Red Dragon. I think again, uh, these two will take on each other for the AEW title. I think it's probably going to be the main event. So back and forth, I think, yeah, and it made sense for Red Dragon and Adam Cole to win this match. In fact, after the match, Adam Cole tied Hangman Page and kept hitting him. So yeah, I think it's usually like this that the heel or the person who's supposed to lose, he has the upper ground in the go home show. So chances are, which is they'll follow the same thing here, and I think I would be like really surprised, in my opinion, if Adam Cole ends up being the new AEW champ. That's what I'm gonna say. Uh, I think we'll probably move on to Rampage. I think even Rampage had a couple of great moments. I think the first, I think this is another thing to talk about. Like AEW doesn't really waste time, with people coming out and all everything. They just dive right into the action. Even Rampage just started. All the three wrestlers were already in the ring. It's not like you would see a whole show like 5 minutes before they come out. So yeah, a great match, a triple threat between for the TNT title, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Andrade. And again, I think the right person won, which is Sammy Guevara. He retained because now we're probably going to see again another heel turn incoming, in my opinion, because Sammy Guevara is actually supposed to team up with Sting and Darby Allin. But after this match, Sammy Guevara didn't really shake. Darby Allin actually didn't really shake hands with Sammy Guevara. So let's see what happens at Evolution. Maybe we finally see Darby Allin snap. Let's see. So good. I think uh, they didn't really like. I'm forgetting the word. The word is not coming to my mind. But yeah, yeah, we're probably gonna see something that will finish later. Cliffhanger, yeah, cliffhanger. A good cliffhanger in my opinion. So yeah. Anything that you want to add here, Amita?
Yeah, so a great match. I specifically remember one move where it was Andrade and then Guevara and then Darby Allin, and then it was like a slam from the ropes. So wow. And I think we have discussed this in one of the previous podcasts that AEW did give has given Darby Allin push, but he hasn't actually won the feud, any of the major feuds at least. So maybe this is how they'll use this. Even he snaps, and let's see. It will be a great dimension to his character because he has been a face till now. But then it all depends how Sting, is relevant if Darby becomes a heel. So yeah, looking forward to the match. No?
Yeah, I think another thing that I would like to talk about, like, I'm not really sure if you know this from me, but I am actually even a huge fan of Andrade. I think, at least in terms of his in ring ability, I think he's very good. The only problem is obviously because he's Mexican, so his promo. But otherwise, if we just talk about in ring skills, I think he's very good. Again, someone who makes it look so easy. But yeah, let's see. We can probably move on from this. I think we then had a promo between uh, Death Triangle and House of Black. So it looked like It will again be a 2-on-3, but then Eric Rowan came out. He's joined Lucha Brothers, obviously, because Lucha Brothers are missing right now Ray Phoenix. So to even the odds, to even the numbers, I think Eric Rowan came out. We're probably going to see a 3-on-3 match now at Revolution in the buy-in. But it still hasn't been announced yet if he has actually signed or not. But I think a good addition, again, like we talked about earlier, that because of the whole Ring of Honor thing, it actually makes sense to have a lot of these wrestlers, because now, if given an opportunity, they can actually give a lot of these wrestlers a chance now. Maybe someone Rampage, someone Dynamite, someone Dark or Dark Elevation, or even some on Ring of Honor. So it kind of makes sense as well. But yeah, maybe they will need a couple of new titles. But other than that, I think a great decision. I mean, just look, like, I don't know, maybe I'm rambling, but just look at the state of wrestling right now, like, especially in terms of free agents. There are so many free agents right now. Cesaro to begin with. Jeff Hardy, we all know his non-compete is expiring anytime soon, and he's probably going to join AEW. Samoa Joe, again a free agent. Someone like Johnny Gargano. I mean, just to name a few. There are so many free agents right now. So if I'm just hoping that if AEW signs all of these, it's going to be so good, man. And with this Ring of Honor thing, I think it just makes sense. At least if they didn't really have this thing, then I would still wonder, like, how are they going to utilize all of these talents? But with this, I think they can not only sign these guys, but actually utilize them as well. But let's see. This can be like a great move if done right and executed right. But yeah, we can move on from this. I think we had the main event between Christian Cage and Ethan Page. I think both of these, I think, debuted last year at Revolution. So the match was to determine who will be a part of the buy-in or the Face of Evolution match. I think already 5 contenders had been decided. There was only place for one more. So in the end, it was Christian Cage who managed to win. Not sure. I don't know. Maybe the younger guy should have won. But again, at the same time, maybe they'll utilize Ethan Page somewhere else where he can actually win. Because even if he would have won this match, but then he would have lost the match at Evolution, then also it would have made no sense. But a decent match between two talented performers. Obviously, we all know he's a veteran, Christian Cage. So anything that you want to add here?
Yeah, I mean, not really. Yeah, decent match, and Christian Cage wins. So let's see how they utilize Ethan Page now. Obviously, I think he's 22, so he's one of the young wrestlers up and coming. So let's see how they utilize him.
I think this brings us to the end. Or if there's anything else that you want to talk about, Amitabh.
No, yeah, I think we're done. So just a small note here: we have purposely left out SmackDown because it's just not worth it talking about it, quite frankly. Yeah, so yeah, so the way they have demeaned the Intercontinental title, the way they have demeaned Ricochet's hard work, quite frankly. And I'm frankly sick and tired of Roman Reigns, so I will not acknowledge him. And yeah, that is why we did not discuss. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, guys. Please let us know what you think of our reviews. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Yep, guys. Thank you.